We are the Jones family. Maya, Elise, Christian, and Brooke. All four of us are certified yoga instructors. Maya teaches at BYU. He teaches men's stretch classes specifically on the side of his regular day job, and Brooke teaches youth classes. So you would think that because we are all certified yoga instructors that we have this namaste at home, but we are doing this because we just had an argument at home and we are about to kill each other.
Namaste.
Namaste. So here we are making this happen.
I'm happy.
Anyone
I'm
else
so
quarantined and going stir crazy? Because we are. All right, so this is for all of you.
There's only 4 of us.
This is for all of you. I know. There's only 4 of us and they're not toddlers.
Yeah.
So hail to all of you parents out there that are figuring out something new to do every 20 minutes of the day. So for now, go ahead, roll your shoulders back, place your hands wherever they're comfortable, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be anywhere special. And close your eyes, focus on your breath. We try and do this without laughing. Push your breath down to the diaphragm. I like to place my hands on my belly to make sure I'm pressing down. Maybe one hand on the belly, one on the chest. Breathing into the bottom hand. Allow your breath to be audible so you can hear it. So especially if there's kids watching that are young, and this is maybe your first experience with yoga, you want to hear your breath like a Darth Vader voice, or like you're fogging a mirror, so you hear this whisper in the back of your throat. That creates some heat inside your body. And just notice for a moment how it feels to be still, even though you have to breathe each other's air. Take your hands to your knees. Inhale as you press the chest forward. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Inhale, lifting up. One more time. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist to your right. So we're mirroring you, so you're turning to your right. And breathe down into the belly. Turning your chin towards your right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, start to squeeze the twist a little bit more. Exhale back to center. Instead of going right into an opposite twist, maybe fold forward for a minute. Release your spine, release your back. And inhale as you lift up and twist to your right. Inhale, breathe down into the belly, turn your chin towards the left shoulder. Making sure your left shoulder isn't up in your ear, but even bend the elbow if your shoulder is up high or your arms are a little bit longer. Creating space in the chest. And exhale, come back to the center and fold forward again. All right. Inhale as you lift back up. Maya, want to take it over?
Sure. And exhale, roll on top of your knees onto hands and knees position.
I'll do it.
Okay.
All right.
You're on hands and knees. Inhale, lift the chin and tailbone up to the sky. To cow.
Oh, feels good.
Exhale, tuck the chin round the spine to cat.
Total moto good.
I shouldn't have eaten spaghetti before we did this.
Inhale, lift back up to cow. Some nice back flexion. Exhale, round the spine to cat. Continue to work with your own breath here. Continue to work with your own breath here. more breaths. Your next exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips to downward dog. If you feel any pressure in your wrists, spread the fingers out wide and press into your fingertips to alleviate some of the pressure. Your first downward dog can be kind of uncomfortable, so take some time to pedal through the feet, twist the hips from side to side. Your next inhale, step your feet to meet your hands. Lift halfway, look forward. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward, tuck the chin. Hang heavy here for a few breaths. Maybe grabbing your elbows, nodding your head yes and no. Inhale, lift up, lift the arms out, around and up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Dad, take it away. I'll do it. Inhale, lift the arms out, around and up, look up. And exhale, fold forward and tuck your chin. Again, holding here. Inhale, lift up halfway and look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, and lower down towards the mat. When you're towards the mat, lift up into cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips into downward dog. Pedal through the feet. And inhale, step up to meet your hands and lift up halfway and look forward. Exhale, fold forward and tuck your chin. Inhale, lift, arms out, around and up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, lift the arms out, around and up. Exhale, fold forward and tuck your chin. Inhale, lift up halfway and look forward. And exhale, fold forward and tuck your chin. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and go through vinyasa. And exhale, tuck the toes and lift the hips back up to downward dog. Pedal through your feet. Inhale, step up to meet your hands and lift halfway and look forward.
T-Rex arms.
And exhale, fold forward and tuck your chin. Inhale, lift arms out, around and up and look up. Exhale, hand at heart center.
Inhale, arms out and around and up. Look up. Mountain. Deep inhale, exhale. Stay here. One more breath in. Reach the arms long. Touch the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to sit into chair pose. You want your knees behind your toes, weight in the heels. Wiggle your toes and make sure the weight is seated in your heels. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Or you can come back behind if your shoulders start to hurt. Otherwise, a couple more breaths here. Sink a little lower, raise the arms a little higher. Deep breaths, send the breath to the core and to the legs. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward.
Forward.
Forward fold. Tuck the chin. Deep belly breaths. With each inhale, you want to feel that spine and the muscles around your spine elongate and stretch. Inhale up to flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, palms to the mat, jump or step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, slow and controlled, step between the hands. Once you find your balance, slowly lift up to crescent pose. You want to make sure you've got equal weight in your legs. Lift your arms up a little higher, sink the hips a little bit lower. And exhale, palms to the mat. Step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, slow and controlled with deliberation. Step between the hands. Find your balance. Slowly raise up to crescent pose. Again, making sure you've got equal weight in that front and back leg. Don't forget to breathe. Deep inhales followed by deep exhales. Sink a little bit lower, raise the arms a little higher. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. Exhale, push back to downward dog or child's pose if you need a break. Otherwise, stay in downward dog, pedal through your feet. Keep your fingers spread wide. Three more breaths. Find some intuitive movement, whether that's shaking your head to make sure your head and neck are loose. You can take your feet out to the sides of the mat. You can also roll your elbows in to relieve some of the pressure off your shoulders. Next inhale, look forward, step or jump your feet to your hands. With the same breath, lift up to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Deep belly breaths. Expand the spine as you inhale through the belly. And next inhale, very slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck are last. Deep shoulder roll. And inhale, arms out and around and up. Look up to mountain. As you inhale, push the arms long, straight to the ceiling. Get a nice stretch in your shoulders and your lats. And exhale, sit down into chair pose. Again, knees behind the toes, weight in the heels. Wiggle your toes to make sure you've got weight distributed equally. Don't forget to breathe. Sink a little lower. Push the hips out, raise the arms. Or you can bring them behind you. Relieve some of the pressure in the shoulders, otherwise stay here. Exhale, forward fold. Tuck the chin. Deep belly breaths again. Inhale up to flat back. This time I want you to rock forward onto your toes just a little slightly. Raise your heels off the mat about 1 millimeter. Pull the shoulders back. And exhale, palms to the mat. Jump or step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Inhale the right leg high. And as you exhale, I want you to bring your knee to your nose and hold. Inhale, push back. Exhale, come to the outside of the arm, the elbow, and hold. Exhale, push back. Exhale, come across the body to the opposite elbow and hold. Exhale, push back. Deep inhale, exhale, slow and deliberate, step between the hands. Swivel the back foot down. Slowly lift up to warrior one. Again, equal pressure between the legs. You want to put the weight on the outside of that back foot. Work to pull those hips forward. Just take inventory. Deep inhales. Exhale to warrior two. Gaze over the front middle finger. Take inventory of your alignment, that your knees not sickled in or out, that you're between two panes of glass. Deep inhale. Exhale, flow forward. Palm to the ceiling. Push back to reverse warrior.
Wow.
Pay attention. Stay bent in that front leg. Look up at your hand. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale back to warrior one. Sink a little bit lower. Inhale, raise that back foot back up onto your toes. And exhale, palms to the mat. Right leg behind, come back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Inhale the left leg high. Very slow and controlled. We're going to bring knee to nose. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Inhale, push back. Exhale, come to the outside of the left elbow. Hold. Exhale, push back. Inhale and exhale across the body to the opposite elbow and hold. Push back. Quick breath here. And as you exhale, bring the leg between the hands, slow and controlled. Swivel the back foot down. Slowly lift up to warrior one. Again, equal weight. Weight's not forward or too far back. You're centered and the weight is in the back part of your foot in the back. Keep breathing slow and deliberate. And exhale, come to warrior two. Gaze over the middle finger. Make sure you're in alignment. Your knees not sickling in or out. And exhale, fall forward, palm to the ceiling, push back, reverse warrior. Look up at your hand. Silent. Pay attention, Padawan. Exhale, back to warrior two. Sink a little bit lower. Inhale back to warrior one. Hips are forward. Inhale the back foot back up to your toes to crescent pose. Sink a little lower, arms a little higher. Deep inhale and exhale. Frame the foot. Step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. Push back to downward dog or child's pose if you need a break here. But make downward dog an active pose, whether you're pedaling through your feet, adjusting your shoulders and arms. Keep the fingers spread wide. Shake your head yes to make sure the head and neck stay loose. Continue your breath. Push your chest to your knees, your thighs. And next inhale, gaze forward. Walk or hop your feet to your hands. With the same breath, lift up the flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Head and neck are last. Big shoulder roll.
Okay, take a step back. There we go. Shift your weight to your right foot. So again, we're mirroring you, so we're
I
shifting.
didn't do that, but
We're shifting over to your right side. And pick up your left foot. Bend your standing leg and cross it over. We're going into eagle, and you can wrap the foot around the back of your leg or not, and then hold on to the person next to you, maybe palm to palm or holding hands.
I'm not that flexible.
Pretend you like each other, just for the moment.
This reminds me of my eagle powers.
Exhale, sink down farther. Weight into the heel, lifting the chest. And notice how much easier it is when you are supported and when you give your support to someone else. You're all stronger together as well as individually. So let go for a moment, bring your hands to heart center. Find your own balance and your own strength. Then share that strength back with your family.
Shazam!
Inhale, unwrap, extend your leg forward. Exhale, take it back to warrior three and fold down and support each other.
Unless I go like this.
Unless we do this. Fight, fight, fight. Inhale, lift back up, come to standing.
Is that how you fight?
Arms out, around, and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Shift your weight to the left. Bend the left leg, wrap to the left, and holding right here. Sink back into the back heel. Now take it back to yourself. Press your palms together at heart center, engaging your chest, shoulders, and back. Feeling powerful and feeling strong. Sink down a little bit lower. Then take your hands back out to share that strength with your loved ones and accept the strength that they have to offer you. Then inhale, lift back up and extend the leg forward. Exhale, take it back. Warrior three. And holding right here. Inhale, lift back up, take the foot down, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back, and let's have a seat. Lean back. Lift your legs up. We're coming into boat pose. So we can even turn, I'll turn to the side. So as I lean back, I don't want to round my spine. I'm putting a lot of pressure on my hip flexors. I'm going to lift the chest. And if there is pressure in the hip flexors, if your legs are extended, bend the knees and lift up a little bit to keep the pressure and the strength in the transverse abdominals and the abdominal muscles. So hold here. If any of you kids know row, row, row your boat, sing it.
Row, row, row your boat.
Gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily. Life is not a dream.
Do you want us to
Whatever.
row or what?
Doesn't matter.
I'm in a
We're
boat!
just holding here.
I'm on a boat!
I think you're spraying a leak. Start to lean forward, cross the legs, and fold forward. Stretching through the glutes and the hips, releasing your abdominals, keeping your breath strong. Inhale, lift back up, and we cook one side of the pancake, you cook the other side of the pancake. So we've just warmed up the front, now we're gonna flip over and warm the back. So come onto your belly. And lower down. Take your hands back by your hips And lift the chest and the feet up. Maybe even grab hands of the person next to you, whatever you want to do.
Whoa, Maya.
And holding
What's
here.
one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah. Laughing actually is very healing. It changes your mood and strengthens your abdominals.
Well, I can't talk on
3 deep breaths. 3 breaths. 3 more. And release. Take your hands under your forehead. Inhale, take your hands under your shoulders. Lift up to hands and knees and push back to sit on your heels in child pose. Inhale, lift up. Extend your right leg back, so we're gonna lift our left leg. So again, we're mirroring you. Exhale, bring the knee between the hands, foot towards the left, and slide back and release down. If this is too tight for your hips or your muscles, or you feel like you're turning on your side, we wanna make sure the hips stay forward. So if that's too much, then flip over onto your back and cross your ankle over your knee. Relax your face, relax your jaw, relax your belly. We're releasing the strength of the breath, but keeping the length of the breath. Slowly start to lift back up. Come to hands and knees and come back to some flexion in your spine, maybe a downward dog, wherever you need to go to release. Then whenever you're ready, extend your left leg back. Exhale, place the knee between the hands, foot towards the right, slide back, or flip over onto your back and cross one leg over the other if this is too much in the hips. And breathe into your muscles. Relax your body. Any tension or frustration that you feel, breathe into that space in order to soften that space. If they're not already, close your eyes. Soften the muscles in your face, soften the muscles in your hands and your feet. Then as you inhale, start to lift back up and take whatever movement you need to release from this. Then coming to a seated position. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. So if there's younger kids watching this, we're kind of in a butterfly, okay? We have our wings. We're gonna hold on to the feet. Take a breath as you lift up nice and tall. Squeezing the glutes, pulling the femur bones into the hips to help the hips rotate. And lift up, exhale, fold forward, bring your elbows to your legs to gently press down. Great place for maybe pillows underneath your legs or to sit on top of if this feels too tight. You always want to go where your body can go and push a little from there to tension, never to pain, rather than going where you think you should be. Your body's different than anyone else's, so love it and appreciate it and take care of it and be gentle. As you inhale, lift back up, extend your right leg forward, slide back. So your left leg. Inhale, take a breath as you lift up. So my left foot is still into the inside of my right thigh, so I'm kind of making a number 4 shape. Take a breath as you lift up, exhale, fold forward. isolating the right leg and tuck your chin. Imagine breathing down into your leg, channeling this healing breath into the tension. As you inhale, slowly lift up. Bring the left knee to the chest. Wrap your right arm around the leg. Take your left arm behind and do a twist. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, twist towards your left. Chin towards the left shoulder. 3 deep breaths. Exhale, untwist. Extend the left leg forward and fold forward with both legs extended. Bringing the chest down rather than the head. So we don't want to overstretch the back. We want to squeeze the back and lift the chest, creating more stretch in the legs by lengthening the spine. Just a few breaths. Then as you inhale, lift back up. Bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Take a breath as you lift tall. Exhale, fold towards the left leg. Breathe down into the leg, breathe into your back. Just a couple more breaths. Inhale as we lift back up. Bring the knee to the chest. Wrap your left arm around, twist to your right, and take a breath, lift. Exhale, twist, 3 deep breaths. And turn back around. Bring the feet in and roll back onto your back. And I'm going to stay seated while they roll back. And they're going to bring their feet to the mat and lift up into a bridge. So you can still hear me. So lifting hips up just for a few breaths. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling. So you're balancing on your shoulder blades and maybe even your heels. Notice if you shift your weight to the heels, you feel the back of your legs, your hamstrings start to fire. When you shift the weight to the balls of the feet, your quadriceps start to fire. So bring the weight evenly between both the front and back of the feet. Exhale as you slowly roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees to your chest. And just give yourself a hug for a minute. And if you'd like another twist from side to side, we just did a twist, but you can do that if you like. Then when you're ready, start to gently extend your legs straight out. And maybe take your hands to your chest or your belly, or maybe take your hands straight down into your Shavasana or final resting pose. And this sometimes is when people quit and leave because they don't think it's important. But this is the meat of the practice. This is the most important part of a yoga practice, is allowing yourself to feel what just happened and allow yourself to be in stillness with your breath and listen to the thoughts and ideas that come to mind. Breathe into that space. So every yoga practice is a moving meditation. It begins and ends with the breath, and what we do in between that time is our effort as a choice. Awaken with a little bit of tension. So start to flex your feet, tighten your knees, squeeze your quadriceps, squeeze your glutes, make fists with your hands and tighten your biceps. Squeeze the chest and the belly, pull the shoulders back, purse your lips, squint your eyes, and press the tongue to the roof of your mouth so every muscle in your body is working and squeezing. It's frustration, right? We're creating tension, we're creating stress to learn how to breathe calmly through that. So anything you're feeling, being stuck at home, whatever it is that's been going on, create that tension, let it burn. Burn, fan the embers inside to build that heat, to breathe it out. Then one more breath. And as you exhale from the top of the head down, release as your breath escapes your body. Relax your face, relax your jaw, your neck, your tongue, your lips, your shoulders, open your hands. Relax your belly all the way down to your feet. Then sweep in a great big breath. Filling lungs to full capacity, great big breath. And then release it out. And one more time, great big full sweeping breath. And notice how you feel. Sometimes the release is much sweeter when you've created the tension or allowed yourself to burn through that in a healthy way, in a calm way, and let it pass. So it's crucial that we learn how to breathe, that we calm our bodies and our minds by calming our breath. And everything else we do to strengthen or create more flexibility in our bodies is, again, the icing to the cake that is the breath. Notice how you feel. Five more deep breaths. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Turn to your right side in a fetal position. Turn to the right. Then keeping your eyes closed, slowly start to lift up to a seated position. Option to stay here with your hands together. Maybe place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on the knee of the person next to you. Maybe hold hands. And give your strength and your love through yourself to the person next to you. And in turn, accept their love and strength into you. Notice how it feels to be supported. Notice how it feels to give your support, even when it's hard to do. And take each other's hands. Namaste.
Fight now! Wrestle! Fight!